Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a closer look at the typical weekday of someone who teaches English online.
Hmm.
Our mission, really, is to see what we can pull out about time management, maybe work-life balance, even, language learning strategies that might resonate.
Yeah, and the source is this personal account describing their day. What jumps out right away, I think, is the early start. They're up between 6:00 and 6:15 a.m.
That is early.
It is, and they prefer it, unlike people who are like night owls. It makes you think, what are the real benefits or drawbacks even?
Well, potential benefit is quiet time, right? Before the world wakes up. Maybe aligns with their peak energy.
Exactly. It could tap into those prime productive hours for certain people. For others, maybe not so much.
And it's not just waking up. They dive straight into Bible reading and language study Indonesian currently.
That shows real dedication, doesn't it? Prioritizing personal growth before the workday even starts.
Yeah, it's easy for that stuff to get pushed aside.
It really is, and it highlights the power of building habits, investing in yourself first thing. It's a good question for listeners. How do you fit personal development in?
Then work kicks off.
Ah.
Online English teaching around 7:30 a.m.
Which is, again, earlier than your typical 8 or 9 a.m. start for many jobs.
And they're teaching students from all over, mainly Brazil and Russia mentioned here. Daily cultural interaction built right in.
That's a huge plus. And the early start probably helps massively with time zones, connecting with students when it works for them.
Good point.
Plus, maybe you get that focused teaching time in before, the general online noise level picks up. And like you said, that global base, it must enrich the job in a way a local position might not.
Okay, so what about breaks?
Hmm.
They use them for eating, sure, but also more studying and time with their wife.
Very integrated, not just mindlessly scrolling on the phone, which I think many of us might do.
Guilty.
Right. So they're using that downtime actively for connection, for personal goals. It makes you reconsider how we use those little pauses in the day. Could they be more fulfilled?
Food for thought. Then the workday wraps up between 4:30 and 5:00 p.m. Dinner follows, cooked by their wife.
And it's noted as the largest meal, around 6:00 p.m. Pretty standard timing for the U.S. maybe, but quite early compared to some other places.
Like Spain or Italy, yeah.
Definitely. And having that main meal earlier, how does that affect the evening? Maybe better digestion before sleep?
Could be. And the evening sound structured, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes exercise, dessert milk, and cookies. I like that detail.
Ah, yeah, classic comfort food.
More language study, too, and just time with their wife.
Mm-hmm.
Bedtime around 10:00 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
It's a consistent wind down.
It all seems to connect, The structured evening supports the early start, and balancing personal stuff like exercise and study with relationship time, it feels quite well-rounded. Does any of that resonate with your own evenings?
Some parts, maybe not the milk and cookies every night, but they really stress the value of this consistent weekday plan. They feel lost without structure, contrasting it with weekends, which are more flexible.
And that's key, isn't it? Finding your balance. For this person, routine clearly provides comfort, productivity, maybe a sense of control during the work week.
So wrapping up this deep dive, we see a very structured day. Early starts, personal growth integrated with work, consistent routines, family time prioritized.
It's a clear picture of someone who thrives on that planning, Monday to Friday anyway, which leads to the final thought for everyone listening.
Go on.
This individual finds productivity in that planned routine. Where do you find your optimal balance? That sweet spot between structure and spontaneity, to learn, to work, and connect with what truly matters to you, something to think about.